If you're looking for which glasses to buy next, then this is the video for you, because today you're about to see one of the world's most complete eyewear wardrobes. There are 9 individual pairs here, each with a specific use case, each with a specific look, and whether it's the frames or the lenses, each pair is special. So hi, I'm Robert, Style and Vision Consultant here at the Spectacle Factory, and it's my job to pair you with your perfect pair of glasses. And glasses can be plural. For many people, they're discovering the potential of an eyewear wardrobe. It's a collection of glasses built around you as a person, and that's what we specialize in. Whatever your budget and however many you're looking to buy, it's all about getting the most out of your eyewear. And with this client, he trusted me to select the frame and lens combinations that were best suited to him. This is the end result, and we're going to go through each pair piece by piece. Let's start with the 2 most versatile pairs within this wardrobe. And what better way to start than with the Masanaga Aster. This was my #1 coolest frame of 2024, and hopefully you can see why. It's a gorgeous combination frame of titanium in this kind of understated champagne gold with crystal acetate. And where the 2 frames overlap, you get this really interesting aesthetic of extra boldness, particularly at the bridge and at the lugs. Added to that, you have the gorgeous filigree detail that Masanaga K3 frames all have. That's their signature and their hallmark, and all of this is hand engraved by master craftsmen in Japan, completed with the beautiful flower emblem on the end tip. These are a really easy frame to live with day to day. #1, because they're so lightweight and comfortable. Being made from titanium, they are functional as well as stylish. But completed with a sapphire flash, that gives them an extra little touch of coolness and uniqueness without being over the top. So this is a very easy pair of glasses to wear day to day. And for when he's feeling a little bit more adventurous, we designed this JFRay Hideo Kojima collaboration frame with similar style of lenses. This time we have a ruby flash, which has more of like a pink coloration as opposed to the blue that we saw in the Aster. And I think that combines really nicely with the absolutely sumptuous acetate that you see on this model. I rated this collection last year as the best new eyewear collection. And in typical JFRay fashion, it's just incredibly creative. It's got this marbled combination of tortoiseshell with this kind of feathered white. The whole thing just blends so well together. It's a beautiful pattern. And speaking of patterns, we've also got the Hideo Kojima logo that's laser engraved into the metalwork. So this is another combination frame. Whilst the Aster is predominantly titanium with a rim of acetate, this is predominantly acetate with a rim of metal. So that's a really interesting juxtaposition, I think. Completing all that, we have this amazing temple design, which is laser cut to enable the frame to flex without the need of a spring, making these very durable and practical for every day. And yet both of these pairs have a magic trick because they're both equipped with photofusion flash technology. So that flash coating, the sapphire here, the ruby here, that's very subtle when you're indoors, wait and see what happens when you activate them in the sun. That's right, these glasses are literally sunglasses as well, which obviously for day-to-day usage makes them very functional. So the Aster with Photofusion Pioneer looks like this in the sun, and the 04 looks like this in the sun with brown and ruby. 2 great combinations where I think the lenses and the frames pair together perfectly. And speaking of pairing the lenses and the frames, now we move on to the more adventurous pairs. And this is where it gets a bit more exciting, because as you start to build an eyewear wardrobe, you can be a bit more creative with your choices. Obviously for day to day, you've got to have some element of restraint, because most people want glasses that are going to work in a variety of different situations, in different conditions, different outfits, different events, all that kind of thing. Once you've got your core wardrobe established, you can move on to more speciality pairs. And one of the best speciality pairs, in my opinion, is the RLM New York with our custom amber tint and amber flash coating. Gold on gold on gold. That being said, this is not too blingy, in my opinion. I wore these in Paris at the Louvre last year, and actually it was the video that I created last year that generated the most orders. So many people wanted this exact pair of glasses, this exact frame and lens combination. And I do think it's one of the best that we've created personally, because everything is just so cohesive, works together perfectly. You couldn't imagine a better tint with this frame. This is great for going out, for social occasions where you really want to look your best, you want to dress up. And having an option in your wardrobe that allows you to do that is the next place to go after having sorted out your main everyday glasses. And as much as I love the RLM New York, and I think it's a stunning pair of glasses with that tint, Sweet Violet will always be my favorite lens color. This purple tint makes everything look newer, fresher. It's invigorating, it's calming at the same time. It's a really lovely tint to look through. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to own something like this as you become more of a collector. Because yes, these glasses are good. They fulfill their function. They make your vision clearer, they're nice, they look great, but nothing enhances your vision for everyday life, in my opinion, than Sweet Violet. And that doesn't mean that it gives like the clearest or highest contrast vision. It's not designed for that, but it's extremely restful on the eyes, and that makes it just a really nice pair to chill around the house. So again, maybe not as your main everyday glasses, but for a secondary pair or a third pair, or in this case, a fifth pair, the Sweet Violet is really, in my opinion, the one to get. In this case, it was completed with an amber flash coating, so you see that golden reflection on the surface of the lens. And that, in my opinion, ties it all together really nicely with the crystal acetate of the Robert Laroche Carlos. Robert Laroche, in my opinion, has to be the most underrated luxury eyewear brand at the moment. Everyone is looking to Japan for acetate frames, and that is for good reason. They make the best overall. But genuinely, Robert Laroche, who make their frames in Italy, are actually better than a lot of the Japanese factories. Okay, not the best of the best. They're not Masanaga level, for example, but they're not far either. And if you want a chunky, bold acetate look with no frills, that's just simple, cool, classy, understated, Robert Laroche, in my opinion, is the brand to get. I love these frames, and the Carlos is a great geometric shape that I think is super, super stylish. I would say this is the most stylish pair of the 4 that we've looked at so far, but what do you think? Let me know in the comments. And finally, from the initial 5 that I have out here, because we do have more to go, Magma Orange is your lens of choice for daily driving. And why should you get driving glasses? Well, as much as we don't potentially like to admit it, driving is the time where, number one, we're most at risk, and number two, it's also the time where your enjoyment can be maximized, because driving can, for a lot of people, just be a boring, mundane, routine thing. For a lot of people, driving enthusiasts like myself, it's actually a time to enjoy. And Magma Orange helps you with both of those elements. It improves your contrast drastically. It's the most contrast enhancing color. You can see things at a distance quicker, sharper, clearer than you can with any other lens color. It also helps you to judge distances better because your depth perception is increased with a tint like this. It's great in almost all weather conditions, from full bright sun all the way down to almost nighttime conditions. They shouldn't be worn at night, but pretty much any daytime use, these are ideal. It also just looks awesome. Combined with this McLaren frame, with the rubber temples, these are recycled from Formula One car tires. That makes them really grippy, really flexible as well. They're just easy to slide on, to slide off, and they have a 3D printed graphite front, which makes them exceptionally lightweight. These look like bold frames. They're not. They're actually probably the lightest pair so far, believe it or not. And the finishing touch, the coolest bit, is the fact that these have rotating temples, akin to a McLaren car. An awesome pair of driving glasses. Like, you couldn't really picture a better pair of driving glasses. Now it gets more special, because we're on to limited edition territory. And once you've kind of established these core pieces within your collection that fulfill your daily tasks, then you can start investing in more special pieces. And that's what this client did. And, you know, in fact, he went a bit extra. Let's start with Esmont. Esmont is one of the newest brands that we've featured on our channel, but in my opinion, one of the most special. They're created by Yanis, who is a second-generation pilot, and everything that he does with his eyewear is inspired by his love of planes. At first, you might think planes, glasses, what have they got in common? But actually, there's a lot of innovation that goes into planes that makes them both an amazing piece of engineering and an inspirational object. So I can see where Yanis is coming from when he designed his glasses collection. The Black Angel, one of the best acetate frames that you can get in 2025. This is handmade in Japan. It features white gold temples on top of titanium and a sterling silver, an aged sterling silver embellishment. So this is actually tarnished to give it a kind of vintage feel. This icon is derived from the SR-71 Blackbird, one of the coolest planes, probably the coolest plane in history. Yanis took me to see that with him last year, and if you've not seen that video, you must check it out. But this is the result of his passion. The Black Angel acetate frame, complete with diamond flash lenses. These are badass, let's be honest. This frame is in kind of like a smoky gray acetate with a little bit of mottling. I think that breaks it up. You can get this in black as well, and tortoiseshell and crystal. The crystal is probably my favorite colorway, but obviously we had crystal covered. Yeah, this dark gray acetate combined with the white gold temple. What a pair of glasses. This is, again, another statement pair. Maybe not for every day, but you could definitely wear this every day if you're into bolder frames. And it gives a different shape. So far we've had round, we've had geometric, we've had aviator. This is the first foray into square frames, and I think it's a perfect addition to what was already looking like a pretty perfect collection. And once more, we have full activation in the sun thanks to the Photo Fusion Pioneer. That means that these have Even more of a badass look when you're out in the sun. With the silver finish that really comes out in brighter light, that combines perfectly with the silver temple. And just look at the packaging that they come with. You've got your limited edition booklet with a full story about the whole pair of glasses, how it was developed, how it was designed, what inspired it. This is pretty special provenance that you wouldn't expect from a pair of glasses, but literally every element of the glasses has been thoughtfully conceived, and I think Yannis has done an amazing, tremendous job. We have not one Esmont pair, but two. And you probably wondered, where are the sunglasses? Because so far we haven't had a dedicated pair of sunglasses. Well, now with the Hawker Hurricane, inspired by the famous plane, we do. This Hawker Hurricane model has, again, high contrast bottle green lenses, which are great for flying, also makes them great for driving in really bright sun, or just general sunglass usage. Green is one of the best all-round colors for sunglasses for a reason, and it has a famous history in aviation. It was originally invented by Ray-Ban for military pilots. Again, here we've got a combination of titanium and acetate. This time it's an acetate inlay. I love the side shield effect that this has on the Hawker Hurricane, and the vintage brown, which is definitely inspired by the interior of the Hawker Hurricane plane, and kind of akin to the Masanaga with its flower emblem on the temple tip. Here we have the propeller emblem on this one. Again, these look like a very heavy pair of sunglasses, and they aren't, thanks to the titanium construction. These are just a great, general, all-round good pair of sunglasses, which is definitely something that everybody should have in their eyewear wardrobe. And this client loves sunglasses, so one was definitely not enough. We have two more, and this time the Masanaga Masters of Craft. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about these frames because our last video literally was all about them, so make sure you check that out if you haven't seen it. But again, we have a beautiful presentation box, and in my opinion, the most underappreciated Master of Craft frame is the 002 in the C colorway, the black. Because in the black, it's very sleek, especially with that stripe of red enamel that continues around the front. I think it's a really nice piece, despite being the most understated of the collection. And when you pair it, when you combine it and customize it with tints like this, it becomes special. So it's the best kind of blank canvas for creativity and customization. We paired this with an IoT design. IoT is an independent lens designer that allows you to pretty much configure lenses however you want. So we have a custom tint and flash coating. This is a red gradient tint with a gold flash. Obviously the lens coloration ties in with the gold bridge and the black and red enamel. And these are kind of the ultimate special pair. When you've got everything already, what do you add that is not like anything else? Well, Masters of Craft have delivered. And once again, these are photochromic as well, with ruby transitions. Ruby, in my opinion, is the best photochromic color. It gives this deep red tint, which obviously combines with the base color of the lens. So these frames are usable both indoors for special events and outdoors in the sun as a genuine pair of sunglasses. Just one more to go now. We have a second Master of Craft frame. And this time it's the 003. For me, the best model within the collection. And for me, this is the one that I would have. I said that in last week's video. The navy blue with gold decoration. What a work of art, what a masterpiece. I said this was probably the nicest pair of sunglasses I've ever seen. I stand by that. Words can't even describe just how amazing this pair of sunglasses is in every way. And I'm just gonna let them speak for themselves, because I think when you see the pictures, the up close details, you've got the super thick gold plating, you've got the blue titanium with the tortoiseshell acetate, you've got gray adaptive sun lenses. So adaptive sun lenses are the darkest sunglasses in the world when you need them to be, but step back inside and they fade back to this very usable 75% gradient tint. So that makes them truly versatile. We completed that with a sapphire flash to obviously tie everything together with the blue frame, the blue lens. This is the icing on the cake of the collection. This is the true masterpiece. Every pair has its own place. Every pair is awesome in its own way. I would say that because I made them, but I really do think that. But nothing compares to this. This is just like perfection, eyewear perfection. And what an incredible way to end the video.